Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a brand new episode of the PokerGO podcast. My name is Donnie Peters. I got Tim Duckworth next to me, and Rich Ryan is going to rip your head off because you are holding the microphone once again, despite the fact that he said never, ever, ever hold the microphone.
We ordered new mic stands. These are too high. I'm a short man.
They are too high. I don't understand.
I don't get it, but we've ordered new ones. They're coming. Producer
you know
Rich.
What? Now that I think about it, I bet that we could put these on the ground and extend them
Oh
up.
my God, don't say that. We'll try that tomorrow night, but either way, we have new mic stands coming, and when they come, I will go back to normal. But Richard, you will have to deal with this because you're messing with my aura, buddy.
All right. Well, whatever. It is the evening, just past 11 p.m., Thursday, May 29th, day 3 of the 2025 World Series of Poker. Things are starting to pick up quite a bit. Not like fully ramped up yet, but we're getting there. We're getting there. We are here in the Horseshoe Room. There is one tournament taking place in here. Yesterday, we had a winner in the Casino Employees event. I kind of refuse to call it anything other than the Casino Employees event, just like I will always call it Bobby's Room, just like I will always call it the Ivy Room. Yep. It's just how it is. Okay. So we had a winner there. We'll hit on that. If you can pull up those results and do that thing when I get to it. We got the 5K. No Limit Hold'em is playing down. It's day 2 of a 4-day tournament, and PokerGO is planning on streaming that one. So that one's a good one to pay attention to because then you'll familiarize yourself with those players, with how that one is playing out before we end up getting to the final table. We got the $1,500 Omaha high-low that's playing out. We have a very, very notable chip leader. And we got a little interview with him. You did. You went over there.
Yeah, I did.
You talked to Clyde, Snack Attack, Gaskins.
Snack Attack.
If anyone watches our coverage from the PokerGO studio, Clyde is one of the dealers at REA.
Fan favorite.
REA.
Player
favorite.
Player favorite.
Oh, he's simply incredible. Absolutely incredible. He calls the action like as he deals it. It's the best thing in the world. Also has his own podcast. He was on Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. The whole thing. The guy's just absolutely one of a kind, a true gem within the poker world. So Tim was able to get a few minutes with him. We got, what else? 5K PLO kicked off. We got a stud tournament kicking off. I think that's it.
Got some Mystery Millions still kicking along too.
Mystery Millions, which we're gonna hit on the numbers so far. Which I guess we can hit on the numbers kind of generally overall. Yep. I do have some numbers. So we'll get to that on this episode as well. Got to remind you guys that if you want to play free online poker, please do go check out Play Poker Go. With Play Poker Go, you get the thrill of authentic online poker anytime, anywhere, from all of your devices. Quick casual games, action-packed tournaments, whatever it is, whatever you fancy. Producer Rich, who actually works with the Play Poker Go team, he told us that a new sit and go situation is going to be launched very soon. So you guys should get in there and check that out. So that's coming any day now. So be pretty sweet. You play against real players. There are no bots. You play against real people, and they're actually like legit decent. Like it's not just like you hop onto some of these other games and it's just an absolute shit show. And, everyone's just going all in. They got a bazillion chips. They just basically click rebuy. They dump a whole new chips. No, this is like pretty legit. You can definitely get on there and like actually practice and kind of hone your skills and have some fun. So explore Play Poker Go today. You can get to it on web, iOS, and Android. Deal yourself in at playpokergo.com. All right. First up, we have a winner. The first bracelet of the 2025 World Series of Poker.
Good luck with his name.
Was won. I mean, that's kind of why I wanted to throw it to you, just because I have no idea how to say it. You want to take a shot?
Let's just go.
And then I'll take a shot.
Foviang Kyokum.
Yeah, I would say Fovang.
Yeah,
Kyokum.
Okay. Fo. We'll just call him Fo.
Sure. Anyway, he topped what is now called the Industry Employees event. First place. That tournament had 914 entries. $64,369 for Mr. Kyokum. Taking it down. He's a friend of a friend of the pod.
Correct. Yes,
Andy,
that is true.
who I talked to, and then met the other day. We had some DMs that we exchanged back and forth. I met him the other day. When I walked by the final table, he said, "I'm here. I'm sweating my buddy." Well, Andy's buddy, Bo, went on to win the whole damn thing. So congrats to him for taking it down. It was somewhat of a rowdy, not like in a bad way, but like good, you know, like obviously these types of tournaments, I love at the World Series of Poker because it's more of like an everyman type of tournament. You know, you got friends and family. Not that like, you know, the 25Ks and the 100Ks and all that sort of stuff isn't great, because it is. It's just different. You know, you got like David Peters versus Sean Winter versus Jeremy Osmus, and there's like 3 people watching, right? It's like, you know, it's just like been there, done that type of thing. You know, whatever. But this is like, you know, you got everything's packed. They're 3 deep on the rail. Everyone's cheering, chanting, the whole thing.
Yeah. I want to talk a little bit about the heads up, because, you know, we mentioned yesterday
about what was it? Suck Me 69.
Suck Me 69.
I mean, absolutely ridiculous.
So
name.
he is actually, his real name is actually the second place finisher, Christopher Zolo. He was, you know, Suck Me 69. We kind of mentioned on it. Gets the heads up play. They take a break, comes back, gets told by some WSOP staff, "Hey, do you mind changing your name to your real name?" He did it. He was a little reluctant. He was a little upset. And I'm going to read to you the bust down hand, the final hand of the tournament. Okay. Christopher Zola opened the button to 400,000. Big blind is 160K. Sandy dish open. Foe 3-bet to 2 million. Okay. Pretty big 3-bet. Zolo thinks about it for a while.
What were the blinds? Sorry.
160K big blind.
Got it.
Zolo thinks about it. Then 4-bet jams for 9.8 million, which is 62 big blinds. And Foe pretty quickly called with ace queen offsuit. Big call. Ace queen, 61 big blinds. Zolo, 6-9 offsuit. So, yes, the name.
I mean, living up to his name. Huh? living up to his screen name or whatever it is.
He actually flopped the best hand with the second pair with a pair of 9s. Foe turned that queen. It was all over. And Zolo out in second. Foe takes that down. But I mean, interesting final hand.
Wild stuff. But first bracelet in the books. That means we are officially off and running. So congrats to Fovang for taking it down. Hope to see you fire some more stuff over the course of the summer, and hopefully you find a bit more success. What event do you want to talk about next?
I feel like we should go to... we should go in chronological order.
Well, what is that? 5K?
Shouldn't we go to the 5K?
Yeah, let's
come back at the end of the mystery.
Sure. Sure.
Okay.
All right. 5K. No limit hold'em. It's 8 max, right?
It is 8-handed. Yes.
All right. So, how many did they come back with today? The field size was 693, which was up from last year.
Registration was still open at the start of the day too. So day one ended with so day one, 558 players, 205 advanced to day two. And then registration was open for 2 hours plus break. That number moved up to 693.
Yeah, 660 last year, 693 this year. Just quickly on the casino employees event, 1189 last year, 914 this year. So bit of a drop off there. I do think that one is, big enough that it is worth noting.
Yep.
But the 5K up, which is good to see. They are down to what? I don't have my phone, so you got to help me.
I know. You need to maybe make a switch soon. Go to AT&T and get a second phone. But they're down to 43.
Who the hell uses AT&T?
What do you use? I'm AT&T.
Verizon.
Get out of here.
That's okay, Mr. Is my phone working? The other day, and you're like, "Oh, my phone's all messed up."
That's not the network. That's the phone. I got the old iPhone.
Yeah, whatever.
So anyway, they're down to 43 players. They're playing probably another 30 minutes, I think, for the day, and they'll come back tomorrow, day 3, play down to hopefully a final table of 8 or 6, and then we'll bring them back the next day. Put them on PokerGo.com.
Who's the chip leader?
Current chip leader, Jake. Nope, I'm looking at the wrong day. It is your boy. Your boy. And we have a new way to pronounce this too. So
Uri Reichenstein. Shout out Robbie Straczynski. I hope I got it right. He said, I was saying Yuri. He said, it's not Yuri, like there's a Y in front of it. It's Uri.
Uri.
Which I'm probably still butchering, but I'm doing my best, okay?
Yeah, Uri is crushing chip leader, 2.7 million. He's ahead of Christian Roberts, Georgios Soteropoulos, Renji Ricky Mao is fourth in chips, and two-time bracelet winner Joshua Remitio is fifth overall. Some other notables still in the mix: Sam Soverall, PGT regular, Michael Munchak, Nick Seawood, Justin Saliba, Eric Blair, Asher Conniff, Rampage, Jesse Lonas, Francis Anderson, Justin Liberto. Pretty stacked field still remaining.
We lost Jeremy Osmus.
We did.
Our $141 player.
Terrible effort, Jeremy.
50th place. He's going to need to have a bunch more of those in order to make up for the fact that we spent $141 on him in the 25K fantasy. But Jeremy is on the board, and we still got Uri over there who's trying to do the damn thing for us. The $1. He's not $1, actually. It's because we wanted to make sure we got him.
Kind of $1.
It's technically $1, but whatever. He's the bargain superstar. Let's go, baby. It's your time. Go win the damn thing right out of the gate. That would just be absolutely.
By the way, tied
epic.
For fifth place in 25K fantasy with 2 points.
Who? Us?
Yeah.
Who got 2 points? Oh, it's because 1.5 for the 5K, and then they round up. I hate how they round up. By the way, they should just
Team
have
Survivor
0.5.
Sweat in the lead, 6 points. That's like we're talking 6 points, 2 points, but still, day 3 is always good to look at.
He's also got, and Survivor Sweat's also got Monsa.
He's got Munchak still in there. He obviously had Danny Tang cash, Sam Laskowitz cash, and Tyler Munchak cash. So early times in 25K fantasy, but you guys have a big shot here, big chance. Take down some points.
Let's go. Let's make it happen. So this one's playing what, 10 levels today?
10 levels today.
Okay.
This is the final level right now. They'll come back tomorrow.
They'll play down to the final table, then they'll come back on
Saturday
for the stream.
Yep.
Got it. Okay. For whatever reason, I don't know why, I have it in my head that the first stream we're doing is the 25K heads up, and that's not true. But anyway, but that's good. Good turnout there. Good first place prize. What's it up top? 6 something?
582 and $8.
Okay, 582. I thought it was like 604, but whatever. Same difference. 582 there. All right, moving on. What's next? The $1,500 Omaha high-low. Oh, baby boy. Well, our guy slipped out of the chip league, Clyde Gaskins. But whatever. He's still in.
He's still right up there.
Clyde, Mr. Snack Attack Gaskins, is crushing. How many people are left in this thing?
Down to 30 at break.
They got all these tournaments in different, like literally they have like 4 tournaments running in 4 different rooms. It's like they're all over the place.
Down to 30 players. This is probably 2 more levels left in the day, and then they'll come back tomorrow and try and get to a winner. Pretty decent field size, I would say. 910 entrants. How does that rank to last year?
Well, it's down from last year.
Okay.
And it's actually now on a trend of going down. 2023. Ooh. So 2022, that event had 1,086 entries. 2023, 1,143. So nice little uptick there. Then pretty decent dip, 2023 to 2024. It dipped all the way down to 928. And now it dips again to 910. So we talked about the industry employees event, aka Forever the Casino Employees event, being down, but the 5K Nolan Hold'em was up. But this $1,500 Omaha high-low is down. It's down slightly from last year, but I think more importantly, it's kind of had that 2-year slide. So just something to keep an eye on overall. But yeah, more than 205K up top. I think there's a few 25K sweats going on over there.
We have John Kite was one of them. Did Grapes get drafted? No. Chris Vitch is still in. Ken Aldridge didn't get drafted, but he's still in. Dominic Sarli didn't get drafted. No. So
Dylan
really
Smith was in, but he's out.
He's out. So just
Tomas Glusko was drafted by Pads' team. He's out. Robert Mizraki was in as well. He's also out. So
basically Vitch and John Kite are the 2 25K sweats. But the story is Snack Attack. Clyde Gaskins came in, I think, 8th in chips today. He stacked.
This is his game.
This is his game. He swears that he is the best Omaha
He always
high-low
comes
player
into
in the
the
world.
studio and he's like, I was playing 15-30 at the Orleans, and he
Loves the Orleans.
I was crushing these guys. They don't know what hit them. Like this whole he's an absolute character. And right before we came on the air, I was like, check what time break is.
Yeah.
Because you said, let's go. Maybe we should go interview him. And I said, okay, check what time break is. You whipped up WSOP Plus. We saw that break was in 5 minutes. So you ran over there. You got an interview with Clyde. So let's throw to that interview right now.
Well, this is how day 2 has gone so well. I mean, at first, though, I got down to 165,000. I did start the day 8th in chips, and I just waited on that heater. And eventually I started getting cards and people paying me off, chasing the low, and I'm getting like 3/4 of the pot or scoop. So I built my chips up real quick, and the Lord's been with me. I mean, I'm dead serious. I could feel him inside me, helping me, telling me which hands to fold, which hands to play. And I've even fold hands normally I don't fold, but something said, you got to fold this. So I have, and I think I'm chip leader. I got 1.6 million in chips. God, if you could just feel the presence I feel around me right now with the Lord. I think I'm going to win my first bracelet. Oh, that's the thing. It's my favorite game, and it's WSOP. Now, I've never played this event in the WSOP. I've only played it in the World Poker Tour, and I've done well. I've got 2nd, I've got 4th, I've got 11th, and I'm just recovering from last year's quadruple heart surgery. So they let me off work to play in this event. God, the Lord is, I'm telling you, the Lord is helping me here. And I battled with the chess goal the whole time. And with everyone just coming around, just showing me heart and rooting for me, I'm telling you, it's very emotional for me to even do this interview right now. No pressure, because I'm letting God take control, believe it or not. I'm letting God tell me what to do and lead me through this. And that's what he's done. I mean, like I said, there's been I folded a hand, ace 3, jack 10, which normally I play. But something said, you know what, not here. Cool down. And I folded, and it was the right fold. The flop would have completely missed me. But normally that's saying I play. So I would say, God, I'm just overwhelmed at the whole situation. Okay, this happened about the origin of the snacks. This happened about, I would say now, 2 or 3 years ago. Every time I deal with Ari at Poker Room, and every time I would push a pot, I would go, there you go, a little snack. So every small pot, I call it a snack. And, I do a little bit, here you go, there you go, a little confidence for you. And they just loved it, and they just took off. And then somebody goes, Clyde, you got to make some snack hats. And I thought, well, I ain't that rich yet. But you know what? Michael Chang said, Clyde, let's do this. And I want to tell you something. Can you zoom in on that? Look at the detail. Look, seriously, look at the hands. In my hands, you could see the shades, just like the shirt. Look at the shades in the shirt. Oh, I'm sorry. But isn't that amazing? And that's embroidery, folks. That's embroidery. So I got a bunch of hats, and wow, how people treat me. You guys, I'm telling you right now, you haven't no clue. I feel so well loved. It's unbelievable. It really is. You should see how many big name pros come by and been rooting me on for the last 2 days and buying hats. I lost count. And in groups. And they're not just buying one hat, they're buying 2 or 3 hats from me, and they're wishing me luck, and they're hugging me, and oh man, it's great to be me right now. When I win this, I'm not leaving the PokerGO studio. I'm not leaving Aria. Hell no. One of the things I've never done is what I want to do is buy me a house. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to spend all of it on a house, so I'll still be able to play, but I'm not quitting my job. I love you guys. It's like family there. Come on. It is. It truly is. I am not leaving nowhere soon. Even if I win the 10,000 entry that I'm going to get in and win, 500 grand or whatever it may be, because I feel I could do it.
All right, that was Clyde.
Very,
Gaskins.
very emotional, Clyde.
I mean, he's Clyde.
But
he's the best.
He is the best, and he really wants this. You can just tell with how he, reacted, and obviously you saw him very emotional there. He definitely wants to win this, and I think you know what, there's a whole bunch of poker players that play in the studio that he deals to every event that also want him to win this bracelet. So good luck, Clyde. That's now 4th in chips, but still got a pile. He's got a pile. Going to make a run at this, and hopefully we get him on the final table, and then we can get him with that bracelet.
Yeah, and listen, not only does Clyde deal at Aria and deal inside the studio, he has the Clyde the Snack Attack Gaskins podcast that is on YouTube. He's got more than 12,000 subscribers.
Crushing.
He's got plenty of interviews.
Name some
on
of the
there.
guests. Name some of the guests.
He's got plenty of interviews on there with poker people. He's got the Table One boys, Art Parman and Justin Young. He's got Jonathan Little. He's got Jeff Madsen, Dan Smith, Jesse Lonis, Andrew Lichtenberger. He's got the Foxens, Kristen and Alex. He's got Shannon Shore, Aram Zobian. So basically, it's like this weird rite of passage if you like play in the studio to get invited onto the Clyde Snack Attack Gaskins podcast.
I feel like it should be maybe sponsored by us.
I mean, it's
all our players.
Awesome. It's awesome. It's awesome. So
the PGT Snack Attack.
Rich is gonna. You're not even talking into the microphone anymore.
I dropped my badge.
I know. That's why. This is
me.
why you don't hold the microphone.
Look.
I mean, you are just such a rookie with this still.
Yes, I am, and we're gonna get mic stands.
How many podcasts have we done together?
I
Basically, put your lips on the thing.
I can tell you exactly.
Put your lips on the thing.
This is our 548th PokerGo podcast.
Yeah, but how many have you and I?
Yeah, I'm going back. We've skipped some ones. When I've been sick or you've been sick, we go back to like 295.
Okay,
it's a lot.
All right, let's move on to the 5K pot limit Omaha, which I don't understand why they didn't delay this one day and allow some of the people in the 5K no limit to play that, especially with the very late day 2 reg that they had.
Yep.
And then jump on over into that tournament. So, especially someone like a Jeremy Osmus, had to miss it, stuff like that. Like people like that, I think you'd want them to try and fire in there. So I think I would have wanted that to see that one adjusted one day. Nice turnout though. 757 entries, up from last year's. Last year
baby.
I think we'll probably see all the PLOs be up. If not, it'll be like 85, 90% of them will be up in numbers. So 757 entries this year. That's up from the 733 last year. Also worth pointing out that the 5K PLO bigger than the 5K no limit hold'em, right? I mean, listen, right now PLO is hot. It is absolutely on fire. This one's going to have $620,000 up top for the winner. They're not in the money, right? No. How many are left over there? Do we have an idea?
There is
about
150 left.
Okay.
The 757.
Who's in that one?
Oh, we got some more PGT regulars up top. We got Michael Sticky Dueck, 2nd in chips. Josh Aria, 3rd in chips. Alan Lee, guy we love. He's 7th in chips. Ian Matakis, 8th in chips. Matthew McEwen, 9th. Gabriel Adrande, 10th.
Oh, here we go. We got Josh Arias multi-accounting in the chip counts.
He is multi-accounting. So, I'm going to give him the bigger chip stack because just in case that's more likely.
We got Joshua Aria and we got Josh Aria.
Yeah, but they'll fix that. I'm sure they will. Dylan Weissman. Sean Deep was in there for a little bit.
John Shorman's in there. Let's go, Johnny baby. Let's go take it home.
Here we go.
Come on, buddy. Let's go.
Quick
That's our boy.
Who else we got on our team?
Let's go. John Shorman, that's all we need. That's all we need.
Our team. But yeah, big list of notables in that event, and massive field once again.
Cherish Andrews, I didn't know she played PLO.
She normally plays out 5Ks, but once it hits 10s, she's out.
Well, I think that I heard in the studio, I think it was during PokerGo Cup, Kristen Foxen was saying the same thing. Like she'll play the 5K.
Yeah.
Won't go much bigger than there. Obviously that depends if, maybe you win the 5K and then you go from there. But yeah, that's a good one. Of course, the old 5K PLO. PLO is going to be hot all summer. I've said it once. I'll say it again. I'll say it all summer long. PLO is the hotness right now. We got 7-card stud kicked off. $1,500 variant there. What is this? 377 entries. Do you think that is up or down from last year?
I'm going to say down by 51.
It is down, not by 51.
Okay.
by right about 30, 29.
Okay.
Last year was 406, so this year 377, so a little dip there. Right now, at least based on what I'm looking at, pokernews.com, we got Hunter McClelland is the chip leader, but look who's second. Our guy, Nicholas Milgram.
Oh,
Let's go,
wow.
baby. Come on, Nicholas Milgram. I think he might go by Nico for short. If not, I'm nicknaming you Nico. Let's effing go, Nico, baby.
How about
Come
our other
on.
boy? Is he still in?
Who's our other boy?
Tom Coral.
Tommy Coral. Tommy Coral. I don't know. I have no idea if he's still in.
Well, he's not in the chip counts.
Well, that's
Let's
not a good
check,
sign. Max Pescatori, Ryan Hughes, Brian Rast, all in there. Alan Kessler's in there. Greg Mueller's in there. Brandon Sheck Harris is in there. Ali Eslami is in there. Adam Owen, Nick Wagenti,
Tom Coral
Andrew
is
Barber, Thomas Taylor. So good field there. Pretty good field. The registration is closed in that one. $106,000, almost $107,000 for first place in the $1,500 7-card stud. Is a friend of the podcast, Ben Ludlow,
Nope,
still in?
he is out.
He is out. All right. Try again tomorrow, Ben. No big deal. Long summer. Another friend of the podcast, Mo Nuara, he busted the 5K PLO. I'll see him at home pretty soon. All right. So quickly recapping the numbers. I think this is probably something we'll kind of keep tabs on throughout. So the industry employees event, down. The 5K no limit hold'em, up. The $1,500 Omaha 8 or better, down. The 5K PLO, up. The $1,500 7-card stud, down. So
Sounds like big buy-ins are up, little buy-ins are down. That seems to be the trend right now.
yeah, I mean that's the trend right now, but it's obviously
You know what?
super
Tomorrow's
early.
event, definitely not going up, definitely not going down.
What's that?
25K heads up.
Well, yeah, that's just going to lock at 64 and be
Actually,
done with
I
it.
guess it could technically go up or down, right?
I mean, if they open it up.
If you don't get 64, you get
Well,
way
if they
too
don't get
many.
64, yeah, but I think they'll
They'll-
get
yeah,
64. All right, so this 1K Mystery Millions. Today is day 1C, the biggest flight that they've had so far. So day 1A attracted 1,329 entries. Day 1B attracted 1,833 entries. And then today's day 1C, just shy of 3,000, 2,995. They do have an extra starting flight, right? Starting flights will end on Saturday. So they got one more tomorrow on Friday. They got another one on Saturday. Last year, through the first 3 flights, now keep in mind, last year had 4 flights, so things are condensed a bit there. But they opened with 2,246, then they got 3,272, and then they got 5,290. So as things stand right now, last year through 3 flights had 10,808, and then last year ultimately went on to have 18,409 entries. Okay, so obviously, as you would expect, the later flights drew in the bulk of the field size. This year, through the first 3 starting flights, they are at 6,157. So that's about 60% of what they had last year. Now, again, there is an additional starting flight, but I kind of look at it like I would compare this year's 1B to last year's 1A and then go that way. And then basically your new 1A this year, that's like the bonus number.
Got it. Yeah, that
right?
makes sense.
So, and I say that, that kind of paints the picture of, well, this year 1B had 1833. Last year 1A had 2246. This year 1C had 2,995. Last year 1B had 3,272. So it's a few hundred short on each of those. So if that keeps up, it'll be probably kind of close because they did get more than 1,300 in that first one, right? So it'll be pretty close to last year. So right around 18,000 is probably where this is going to come in at. I don't know what they would have thought. I mean, when you initially plan to have an additional flight, you're probably like, oh, we're going to break 20K.
Yeah.
But then as you get closer and we kind of get an idea more so of like how the economy is shaping up, like, all that sort of stuff. You have the talk of like maybe the people out of the country won't be coming in, or they won't be coming in as many of them. So, maybe then you're like, okay, let's just, temper our expectations a little bit there. But it seems like it's going to come in right around 18,000. But I would have assumed, if you add a flight, you think you're going to beat the 18,000.
Yeah, definitely agree. It's, we've kind of touched on a little bit, but there's a lot of other stuff at that same price point going around town. There's stuff
let's
at
just
Aria,
talk
there's
about
stuff
that too.
There's stuff at the Wynn, so that's always going to take some people away. You've obviously got people that are probably preferring to play these 5K events, the Hold'em and the PLO, that would have probably fired lots of more bullets in the 1K Mystery Millions, but they want to play for in those events. So there's always going to be schedule variance, and there's obviously the hiccups we've mentioned at the start of the series, but yeah, it's gonna come right down to the wire in that one to see if they can burst through last year's number.
Yeah, so Wynn had an $1,100 buy-in, 1.5 million guarantee that got 1.523 in the prize pool. So that's sweaty right there.
That's
now,
very close.
Wynn did have that $600 tournament that I played in, had a $500K guarantee, and they got more than $770,000 in the prize pool. So that one was fine. But also that one was before the World Series started, before Aria started, etc. So, they have a clear runway to just attract everyone. So there was that. But, I do think it's notable that Wynn 1100 just squeaked over the line to get the guarantee. And then you have the Aria series, the Aria Poker Classic kicked off. They kicked off with an $1,100 buy-in, no limit hold'em mystery bounty that had a $250,000 guarantee. 263 entries, beat the guarantee by 3,795. So sweaty.
Yeah.
They had today a single day $800 no limit hold'em tournament, 150K guarantee that missed the guarantee by, my math says, 24,000. So this is what I think is going to be a storyline all summer. I said it before. I said it on this podcast. The WSOP, it won't affect them as much because the WSOP doesn't have massive guarantees, right? They don't need them. Like, it's the World Series of Poker. It's the biggest. It's the best. People are going to come here. It doesn't matter. Yes, some events might be down. There are also going to be plenty of events that are up. It'll all just come out in the wash. WSOP is not going to get affected. Whatever. But when you're a competing venue like an Aria, like a Wynn, you even want to go to the smaller ones, Golden Nugget, Binions, etc. And in order to draw people in, you have to put guarantees on every single tournament or no one's going to show up.
Correct. Yeah.
Then you're
running the risk,
sticking your neck out there quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And with the way that everything is kind of just trending, with the way that the economy is and people likely not having just as much extra kind of free cash laying around that they want to blast. And then if they do have that extra free cash around, they'll probably just pick the WSOP because this is where all the prize money is at the end of the day. Right. So just worth keeping an eye on, just to see how things all kind of, play out over the summer. I've kind of been putting together a little tracking doc that I'm kind of keeping an eye on this. I haven't yet done Venetian, but I'll kind of look at all of those. And then we'll just see how it goes.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting. At some point, you were kind of always going to reach this like saturation point with everything and everyone that's in town that puts on a big series. Couple that with the fact that, again, there's just probably less money going around. Maybe there's less people in here, specifically international people. So, all of that just adds up to the fact that, there could be some pain this summer.
Yeah,
but it's good for the players.
Great for the players. Yeah, I think we were notified by a friend that Golden Nugget dropped some guarantees. They lowered those a little bit. I think they had an event right now overlaying. South Point has a multi-fight thing that looks like it might fall short. So it is still early. These places will recover from missing the guarantee by a little bit. But yeah, it is something we need to definitely monitor. Like you mentioned, we're probably going to be pretty safe here since there are no guarantees, but outside it's it's going to be some sweating for some of these bigger guarantees for these places.
Yeah, of course. All right, what else you got for me?
Let's talk about what's going on tomorrow. 2 events starting Friday, May 30th. Talked about a little bit the Heads Up Championship 64 entrance.
Who's in it? You can look at the thing.
Let's look actually, because yes, that is a new thing with WSOP Plus. We can see who has registered.
And I will say that this is the event that you should not be able to see who is registered.
And my app is frozen, so that's not a good ad for WSOP Plus, but we'll reopen it.
No, the app has been good. The app has been good. It's great to just be. I love the fact that you can just like the best thing is just being able to go into an event, search, right, and just see like how a person is doing quickly with a quick search. I kind of wish that you could. I don't know if you can. Maybe you can just tell me, but like, can I just search at the beginning? I should be able to search like the screen you're on.
Yeah.
If I want to search Jeremy Osmus, and then it should pull up the event he's in or the events plural.
It's not a bad idea.
You know, like I think you can do that on PokerStars, right? And you can see like how many people, like what tournaments people are. At least you used to be able to.
So it looks like they have removed the event. So
what event? What event are we talking about? Oh, the heads up.
So maybe because this has become a thing. So
maybe because it's sold out.
That too, but it should still say.
True.
Anyway, 64 players for that. We will be streaming the final day of that, the final 4. And the other event starting tomorrow, one of my favorites that I've never done anything well in, the 1500 Dealer's Choice, is kicking off in the afternoon. Looks like 35 players already registered for that. Let's have a look at some of these names.
That's a Dealer's Choice, you said?
Yep. Marcel Vonk.
So that one, by the way,
name I recognize.
The $1,500 Dealer's Choice, 2022 had 430 entries. 2023 went up to 456. Last year, 2024 went up to 530. So it's on a streak of going up.
I'll say let's pick a number. What was the last one? 523?
530.
530. I'm gonna take 498.
I was gonna say 505. So we're in the same ballpark.
Right on that. We're okay.
in the same ballpark. The 25K heads up, I'll say 64.
Boy.
I beat you to it. Sorry.
Yeah, you got it. You win. I'll take 128.
Wow. Okay. I mean, I wish they could get it up to 128, but like
I need a whole line of players.
No, I know. I wish you could like guarantee it because I don't like that thing where like it doesn't get to 128, then you got to do like the play-in match. I don't like that.
Yeah.
You know, but
or the buys even.
Yeah, I kind of just don't like that.
Look, I've mentioned this on the podcast before that heads up poker is a very kind of unique game that not obviously everyone will play regardless of skill, and I think a heads up week would be better later in the series where you run maybe it's a 500 and then maybe it's a 3K on WSOP.com. Bring back the final 8 or whatever it is for both of those. They play on say a Monday, then the next one plays on the Tuesday, finishes up. Then you start the heads up championship and maybe you get these guys parlaying, their $500 buy-in into that bracelet into then the 10K heads up. The 25K
also,
heads up, sorry.
You could probably slide in a PLO one in there or
PLO
2,
be cool. Yeah.
Like you can get that in there.
You could do a half and half.
Yeah, maybe do a half and half. There's a ton of flexibility that I think you could do in there. And then of course, as the WSOP does, they offer, once you get into the whole full schedule, the thick of it all, there's 5, 6, 7, 8 tournaments running a day. So even if you don't want to play heads up, there'll be plenty of stuff, going on. So I certainly think that would be a cool thing to add. So I'm with you on that front. Anything else?
I think it's a good time to give out a new code word.
A new code word.
And I think the only fitting code word for today.
Obviously.
Snack attack.
Yeah, of course. Snack attack. All one word.
All one word. You know where to go. Make sure you enter all the code words. Get all those bonus entries because you know what? We want to put you in the PGT $1 Million Championship on behalf of the PokerGO podcast. We're giving away so much equity. Like, it's unbelievable.
All right. We'll keep this one short and sweet. Tomorrow's going to be a big, big, big day. Let's go, Uri. Try and win it all.
Yep.
The 5K. Take it down. I mean, this says he's still the chip leader, so I hope he still is the chip leader. Snack attack would be incredible. I mean, that's the story I'm leaning into
if
already.
Snack attack makes the final table,
oh my God,
Aria needs to shut
cancel the tournament. Cancel it all. Everyone's here. Let's go.
Bring them all here.
I mean, they really need to, for sure.
100%.
You know how many of those dealers stuff are going to be like, hey, sorry guys, I'm sick.
I want every PGT player here. I want Maury on the rail. I want Kerry Katz on the rail.
He's got
hats. You can buy Snack
Who was
Attack
in
hats.
the? Who was Nick Stewart had one of the
Nick
hats on.
Stewart had
Was
one.
rocking
David
it.
Funk has our photographer Antonio has one. He's starting a revolution over here.
I mean, it's incredible. So let's go, Clyde, baby. Let's go, Clyde. All right. For Tim Duckworth, for myself, Donnie Peters, that's going to do it for us. We will be back tomorrow. See you guys.
So yeah.